Hello, Lili here. Today we are starting with Class 3, Chapter 2 of your Log On to Computers textbook. The name of the chapter is Introduction to Windows 7 Operating System. An operating system is a special program that makes the computer work. A computer cannot work without an operating system. The operating system manages all the input we give to the computer. The operating system assesses the CPU to process the input and sends the output to output devices like the monitor, printer, and speakers. The operating system also helps the CPU in doing calculations, storing data, and managing all the other parts attached to a computer. It also manages all the other programs or software loaded on the computer. Windows is an operating system developed by Microsoft Corporation for use on personal computers such as desktops and laptops. Other common examples are Linux and Android, commonly used in smartphones. The first edition of the Windows operating system was introduced in 1995 and was called Windows 95. Graphical User Interface. Windows 7 uses a lot of pictures to help us work on the computer easily. This is why it is also known as Graphical User Interface or GUI. Since a graphical user interface uses graphics or pictures to help the user work on the computer, it is also known as a user-friendly operating system. These graphics are known as icons. When you switch on the computer, Windows 7 starts getting loaded automatically. Starting a computer. For starting a computer, follow the steps given below. Step 1. Switch on the main power button. Step 2. Switch on the UPS. A UPS, uninterruptible power supply, is a small box-like machine connected to the CPU box. Step 3. Switch on the CPU box. And Step 4. Switch on the monitor of the computer. After switching on the monitor, the computer takes some time before a screen appears on the monitor. This is called booting. During this time, the operating system gets loaded on the computer. The first screen that appears on the monitor after booting is called the desktop. Exploring the desktop. After booting, a screen appears on the monitor. This screen is called the desktop. There are many small pictures on it. These pictures are called icons. Behind the icons, there is an image which is called the background. At the bottom of the desktop, there is a rectangular panel. This rectangular panel is called the taskbar. As you can see in this picture, these are the icons, this is the background, and this is the taskbar. Now let us learn about the parts of the Windows 7 desktop. Taskbar. Taskbar is usually located at the bottom of the desktop. It has four main parts: Start button, Taskbar buttons, Notification area, and Show Desktop button. Now let's see, what are they? Start button. The Start button is located on the extreme left on the taskbar. Clicking on the Start button opens up a Start menu. This menu consists of the list of all the programs loaded on the system along with their icons. Taskbar buttons. When you open any program, a button appears on the taskbar. For example, when you open MS Paint, a button appears on the taskbar. All these buttons which appear on the taskbar are called taskbar buttons. This is the example of it. Taskbar button, and this is the MS Paint button. Notification area. It is present on the right-hand side of the taskbar. It is also known as the system tray. The icons present on notification area are data and time, speakers, battery, internet connectivity, etc. And this is the notification area on the taskbar. Show desktop button or arrow pick. This is a small rectangular shaped button present on the extreme right of the taskbar. This button is a part of a new feature of Windows 7 called Arrow Pick. Hovering over this button makes all visible windows transparent and the user can have a quick look at the desktop. Clicking on this button once minimizes all windows and clicking on it again restores them. So, the Show Desktop button on the taskbar. Icons. Icons are small pictures present on the desktop. They represent different programs, files, and folders. Now, what are system icons? Some icons are present on the desktop by default. These icons are called system icons. For example, icons for computer, for network, and for recycle bin. Smart Byte. The recycle bin acts like a dustbin of the computer. Any file that you delete from your computer goes to the recycle bin. Once you delete a file from the recycle bin, it gets removed from the computer permanently. Keyboard shortcut. You can use Shift plus Delete to permanently delete a file or folder. Now let's see what is file. Anything that you save on your computer, it gets stored as a file. If you save your file on the desktop, its icon appears on the desktop. Different types of files have different icons. For example, this is the icon of the Notepad file. Now what's a folder? A folder is a collection of files or other folders. To open a file or a folder, just double-click on its icon or right-click on its icon and select Open from the list of the options that appear. So this is the icon of a folder. Shortcut icons. Some icons have a small arrow on their bottom left corner. Means this part. These icons are shortcut icons and are used to quickly open a file or a program. These shortcut icons are generally placed on the desktop to quickly access a file or a folder. Using right-click on desktop. Right-click of a mouse on the desktop brings up a shortcut menu with some very useful options like View, Sort by, Refresh, New, Gadgets, and Personalize. By using this menu, you can save your time to access various tools. For example, you can create new files or folders, change the screensaver background without going to the control panel, add gadgets on the desktop, arrange and sort your files, folders, and icons on the desktop, and do much more. So this is the right-click shortcut menu. More about icons. An icon can be opened by double-clicking on it. We can do a lot of things with icons, like select one or more icons simultaneously simultaneously deselect them or arrange them on the desktop. Let us learn how to do so. Sorry, I get interrupted by the rainfall, so I'm very sorry for that. Select an icon. To select an icon, take the mouse pointer on that icon and just click it. We can also select more than one icon at a time. To select icons which are adjacent to each other, press the Shift key and then click on the icons to be selected. Alternatively, click on an empty area on the desktop and drag the mouse over the icons to be selected. Release the mouse button. The selected icons will be highlighted. To select icons which are non-adjacent, press the Ctrl key and then click on the icons to be selected. To deselect a selected icon, click anywhere on the empty space on the desktop. Arranging icons. Any icon can be placed anywhere on the desktop. This can be done by selecting and dragging the icon to any desired place on the desktop. Make sure that you have not selected the Auto Arrange icon. However, to arrange icons automatically on the desktop, follow the steps given. Number 1. Right-click on any empty area on the desktop. Number 2. A pop-up menu will appear. Click View on this. Number 3. Click on the Auto Arrange Icons option in this to select it, if not already selected. As soon as the Auto Arrange Icon option is selected, the icons will be arranged starting from the upper left corner. Wallpaper and Screensaver. A wallpaper is a background image or set of images displayed on a computer screen. A screensaver is a computer program that makes the screen black or shows a picture when the computer is on but not being used. You can change the settings of wallpaper and screensaver of your computer. Let us learn how. Changing wallpaper. To change the wallpaper of your computer, follow the steps given below. Step 1. Click on the Start button. Step 2. Click on the Control Panel option. The Control Panel window will appear. Step 3. Click on the Personalization icon or right-click on the blank area of your desktop. From the list, choose the Personalize option. The Personalization window will appear. Step 4. Click on the desktop background icon. The Choose Your Desktop Background window will appear. Step 5. Click on the picture that you want to use as your wallpaper. If the picture you want to use is not in the list, click an item in the Picture Location list to see other categories or click Browse to search for the picture on your computer. When you find the picture that you want, double-click on it. It will become your desktop background. And Step 6. Under Picture Position, click on the down arrow and choose whether to fill the picture on the whole screen, fit the picture on the center, stretch the picture, tile the picture, or center the picture on the screen. Step 7. Click on Save Changes. Your wallpaper will be changed. Now, the steps of changing the screensaver. Step 1. Click on the Start button. Step 2. Click on the Control Panel option. The Control Panel window will appear. Step 3. Now click on the Personalization icon. The Personalization window will appear, as you can see in the picture. Now, step 4. Click on the screensaver icon. The screensaver settings dialog box will appear. Step 5. Select the required screensaver by clicking on the down arrow below the screensaver. To see what your screensaver will look like, click on Preview. Then step 6. Click on Apply and then OK button to save your screensaver's setting. To stop a screensaver and return to your desktop, just move your mouse or press any key on the keyboard. Now, the power modes of a computer. When you have finished working on the computer, it is important to turn it off properly. This not only saves energy and keeps your computer secure, but it also ensures that your data is saved. There are 3 power modes of a computer, that is, shut down, sleep, and hibernate. Now let us read about these power modes in detail. Shut down. In this power mode, the computer is completely turned off. All the open programs along with the operating system close down. This mode is used most often. Clicking on the arrow next to the shutdown button displays a menu with additional options as shown here. One of them is sleep and the other is hibernate. Sleep. In sleep mode, the computer uses very little power. When we exit the sleep mode, we see the same screen on the monitor which was there previously. In this mode, Windows automatically saves all the work in memory. People use this mode when they have to go for a short break like lunch or a meeting. Hibernate. In the hibernate mode, the computer uses even lesser power than the sleep mode. When we exit the hibernate mode, we see the same screen on the monitor which was there previously. In this mode, Windows saves all the work in the hard disk. People use this mode when they have to be away from the computer for a longer period of time with no option available for recharging the battery. Restart. Shuts down computer, opens it again and displays desktop. Lock. Locks our desktop. Prompts for password for relogin. This is useful when we have to leave immediately for a short span of time. By locking, we make sure that our information is not accessed by anybody. Switch user. In a family, computer may be shared by different family members. Each one can create a different account and use it for accessing. Suppose father is working on computer but son wants to do some urgent work. At that instant, simply by switching session and login into own account, son can access data. Switching sessions do not require shutting down system. Log off. When there are multiple accounts or sessions on a computer and the user needs to go somewhere immediately but also wants his running programs to shut down without shutting down the whole system, then the user can log off from his account. Now, normal mode and safe mode. What is normal mode? This is the mode where a computer functions properly and the Windows gets loaded on the system with all the files and drives. Safe mode. Sometimes some errors occur in Windows. In such cases, Windows does not load completely. It gets loaded with only a few essential files and drives. The safe mode allows the users to correct the errors in the computer. Recall time. An operating system assesses the CPU to process the input and sends the output to output devices. Graphical user interface uses graphics or pictures to help the user work on the computer. Small pictures present on the desktop are called icons. The taskbar has four main parts: Start button, Taskbar buttons, Notification area, and Show Desktop button. Right-click of a mouse on the desktop brings up a shortcut menu with some very useful options. To select an icon, take the mouse pointer on that icon and just click it. A wallpaper is the background image or set of images displayed on a computer screen. Three power modes of a computer are shut down, sleep, and hibernate. Practice time. This is an operating system. Windows. What is the main screen of Windows called? Desktop. Which of the following is not an icon? B. Number 4. Which of the following is an icon for a folder? A. Which of the following is not a system icon? B. Fill in the blanks. Number 1. The full form of OS is Operating System. Number 2. Taskbar is a long horizontal bar at the bottom of the desktop. Number 3. A folder is a collection of files or other folders. Number 4. To select non-adjacent icons, press the Ctrl key and then click on the icons to be selected. Number 5. In the shutdown mode, the computer is completely turned off. Tick true or false. Number 1. Graphical user interface uses graphs to help the users work on a computer. True. False. Clicking on the Start button opens up a Start menu. True. Shortcut icons have a small arrow on their bottom right corner. False. In sleep mode, the computer uses very little power. True. The normal mode allows the user to correct errors in the computer. False. Answer the questions. We will refer to the notebook, and the next page it is practice paper based on chapters 1 and 2. So let's do it. Choose the correct option. Number 1. This is not a computer hardware. Paint. This is not a computer software. Keyboard. Number 3. These are categories of software. All of these. Number 4. In GUI, I stands for interface. Number 5. This is the name of an icon. Recycle bin. Fill in the blanks. System software is a set of programs designed to control the operating of the computer system. Number 2. The ALU performs arithmetic operations. Number 3. Architects use light pens to draw and modify shapes on the screen. Number 4. After booting, a screen appears on the monitor. Number 5. An icon can be opened by double-clicking on it. And true or false? Number 1. Computer hardware includes input devices, CPU box, and the output devices. True. Number 2. Dot matrix printers are the most advanced printers. False. Number 3. All the data and information that need to be processed is stored in MU. True. Number 4. A file is a collection of folders. False. And number 5. In the shutdown mode, the computer is completely switched off. True. Match the following. CU is CPU. Laser print is fastest. Show desktop button is aerobic. Safe mode is errors in Windows. And C++ is programming software. Answer the question is also in the notebook. So, number 1. What is Windows 7? The answer is Windows 7 is an operating system developed by Microsoft Corporation for use on personal computers such as desktops and laptops. Number 2. What is an operating system? Give 2 examples. An operating system is a special program that makes a computer work. It assists the CPU to process the input and sends the output devices. Examples: Windows 7, Linux, and Unix. Question number 3. What is GUI? Why is Windows 7 is called as GUI? The answer is GUI stands for Graphical User Interface. Windows 7 uses a lot of pictures to help us work on the computer easily. This is why it is known as GUI operating system. Number 4. Write the steps to start computer. Number 1. Switch on the main power button. Number 2. Switch on the UPS. Number 3. Switch on the CPU box. And number 4. Switch on the monitor of the computer. Question number 5. What is the desktop? The answer is after booting, the first screen that appears on the monitor is called the desktop. Q6. What are the icons? The answer is the small pictures on the desktop screen are called icons. They represent different programs, files, and folders. Question number 7. What is a background? The answer is the pictures behind the icons is called as background or a wallpaper. And the last question is, what is a taskbar? The answer is, at the bottom of the desktop, there is a rectangular panel. This rectangular panel is called the taskbar. The next question. Write the components of desktop. Number 1. Start button. Number 2. Taskbar buttons. Number 3. Notification area. And number 4. Show desktop button or Arabic. And the last question is, give examples of icons. Number 1. System icons like computer, network, recycle bin, and program icons like files, folders, etc. So if you enjoyed my video, do like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching.